center was established to foster new technologies from the bench to the bedside in cancer care. We focus on point-of-care technologies for diagnostics, treatment, and screening of cancer, trying to give inventors, scientists, engineers, and clinicians a springboard to get their technologies to a place where they can become marketable products.
We provide free consultation and free prototyping services to the cancer research community, and this includes engineers, scientists, and clinicians. And our lab is equipped to meet a variety of prototyping needs. We also have access to a Class 1000 clean room that allows us to make microfabricated prototypes, and we also have access to the Engineering Product Innovation Center.
Education is very important to the center. We want to educate clinicians, scientists, and engineers about cancer care. We host multiple events as a center, and what we do is we open up the opportunity for them to discuss different needs in each of these fields. When we bring these individuals together, they're able to make a strong impact that they would not be able to otherwise do on their own.
The Clinical Needs Assessment Core is about querying all the constituents, patients, physicians, and other care providers where they think technology would make the biggest impact. We funded everything from mobile apps all the way through technologies that enable us to look at the metabolism of chemotherapy as it's being delivered.
Our technology is a new wearable probe that can be worn by breast cancer patients during their chemotherapy infusions. This is a new wearable probe built by our lab, and this would normally go on the skin of a breast cancer patient above their tumor to measure the oxygenation of their tumor during a chemotherapy infusion. And in the lab, we test this on an arm of a normal volunteer, and we do that by doing a blood pressure cuff occlusion. This is a technology that used to be the size of a refrigerator just about a decade ago. And because we're using new digital technologies to both synthesize our signal and to measure, we can reduce the size of the device to something that's the size of a briefcase and the cost by an order of magnitude.
I'm conducting a pilot trial, which is to test the feasibility and preliminary effectiveness of a weight management platform for breast cancer survivors. So each participant in our study gets a Fitbit Flex, and they wear it around their wrist each day. And the data that's collected on the Fitbit Flex gets sent over a Bluetooth connection onto their smartphone. So here we have an iPhone where you can see that the amount of steps that you're taking per day is logged right here in a Fitbit app. The participant is asked to step on the scale each day, and the weight that's recorded also gets sent to the same Fitbit app on the cell phone. All of the data that's collected through both of the Fitbit devices gets collected for use by our counselor, who can then use it when they're making counseling phone calls to their participants. So if we can make an impact on nutrition, physical activity, and weight management, we can not only improve their cancer outcomes, but also their risk of other chronic diseases.
Currently, millions of women around the world don't have access to appropriate cervical cancer screening. Our device brings that screening from the clinic into the field. This is a simple Android mobile phone. This is the mobile ODT mobile colposcope. Place the Android phone in the mobile colposcope, secure it with the magnetic bar, turn on your light source, focus your image, snap your photo, and it's automatically uploaded to our cloud and accessible anywhere in the world.
There's a convergence of a lot of consumer-grade technology that's available to us that is going to allow us to convert cancer care, which is traditionally very expensive, potentially to something that's much cheaper, that's going to help more patients both in our country and around the world.
Without places like the center, we wouldn't have the type of funding we need to conduct the pilot and feasibility trials that researchers need in order to be competitive for larger trials.
The center accelerated our development process so that we could get these devices into the field and save lives in remote and rural settings much faster.
They gave our lab some of the very first funding to develop this wearable probe and digital technology. So they believed in us that we could develop this technology that is going to be potentially transformative for breast cancer patients.
It's really about improving the lives of people with cancer. And we want to make it better by using new technologies that allow us to do that.